There's a few updates. Last night I went on the ships and I was getting a healing. With that, I do know that a lot of you are doing healings in a lot of the healing chambers at the moment. So there's different colored chambers for different problems, like third eye is the amethyst, and heart chakra is emerald, throat chakra is sapphire rooms. So these are the things that are happening with us in our bodies at the moment, with all these intense light codes coming in that I keep talking about, and how they're coming in so fast at the moment. And our bodies, as I said, are trying to navigate them into our bodies so that we can sort of work them into the spaces that they're meant to be, to up our ascension. So what's happening is a lot of people are struggling with it. We're getting muscle pain, we're getting sore joints, we're getting sore jaws, eyes, head, dizziness, nasal problems, and something else we're getting. What else did I say? Throat problems. And also our teeth could be aching. Now, the biggest problem with this is that what's going to happen in the future is that as we bring in these codes and things, a lot of people are going to struggle with them themselves that haven't really woken up to their starseed origins. And so we're experiencing them now, so that when they come on board and they start experiencing them, we can deal with them, especially if you're a healer. If you are a healer, then you will be able to help them in a certain way. The biggest issue at the moment is that even though you guys are getting healing yourselves, you are still healing other people in other dimensions. So this is why a lot of us are feeling exhausted. A lot of us are feeling tired. A lot of us are feeling to the point where, we're just exhausted, because I know I am. I'm absolutely exhausted most of the time, and I'm not sleeping. And then when I am getting to sleep, I'm going into a deep sleep and going aboard the ships. So the message I received this morning when I woke up was that you were in the meetings. I know I was having healing too. And if you've got structural problems like spine, neck, that kind of thing, you'll find that you'll be in some sort of orange, maybe even a red, coppery colored chamber. And that's the one I was in last night for my shoulder joint and my nerve pain. So I remember thinking, oh, this is very orange or coppery. It's more of a coppery color. It's hard to describe because we all see color in a different way. But if you can sort of imagine sort of the sacral colors, base colors. Then I went into a meeting and there were a lot of people there. It was like a big auditorium. So it was huge. There was a lot of galactic beings. I could see them on stage. I couldn't see faces. I could just sense them. And I saw a lot of world people that you know out there that are kind of famous, but I wouldn't say famous because they're a celebrity, that kind of thing. I'd say because of what they're doing in this world and the way that we all know them, we acknowledge them. They're doing a lot of light work and stuff. So people that you see out in the forefront of the truth community, that kind of thing, they were there. And they were telling us what to expect, what's coming. And there's a lot coming. One of them is the fact that the exposure is coming very, very quickly and very soon. There's a big plan at play at the moment, and they're still trying to work out because it's been going for quite some time, but they're trying to work out the details, how they're going to roll this out, because it's going to affect so many people. And they were talking about how big, huge news is coming soon. And I must have had that part of my memory switched off, because there's some big news coming, guys. And everyone was cheering and standing up, and they were all, I remember I was about the third row in from the front, and I stood up and I was clapping, and we're all going, yay, finally, some big news is coming. This is going to change the world in a big way. Like, it's not what It's part of the news that we've been waiting for. It's a stepping stone. It's a stepping stone I'm hearing. It's a stepping stone. It's big news and huge news, but it's a huge stepping stone. It's going to change a lot of perspectives. It's going to change a lot of outlooks. But most importantly, we have to be ready for it, because there's going to be, I've been told, in each country around the world, there's going to be another wave of starseeds waking up and realizing that there's something different about them, and who are they and what are they, and they're going to need help from us. I've been told just in my little circle around me, there's going to be about 1,000 that are going to wake up. And there's people in my circle here in Australia, New Zealand, US, UK, Europe, are going to be working with these people, and we're going to hear more and more people that are going to need help and need introductions and joining groups and coming onto our Facebook pages and that kind of thing. So it's quite exciting what is happening in that space. And they're really excited. Like, if you look up into the skies, if you can see, like I can see through my consciousness, I can see the ships are bouncing around. They're kind of dancing around. Everyone's excited. Everyone's on edge. It's all coming together and it's about to be big. So I don't know what it is, but I know that it's coming very quickly. And I always said after the 22nd of July, which was still part of Lionsgate, everything was going to ramp up. Everything was going to start to get exciting. There's going to be reveals. Well, they're slowly putting out reveals each day now. It's so obvious what they're doing. But this is huge. This is going to be like, boom, big news. And then they're going to start. So be prepared for it, because it is coming. And then the starseeds that are only just finding out they are their origins, that kind of thing, will want you to help them and support them and give them some guidance, because it's a big move for them to be able to realize they're not just human. There's other things here at work happening. Okay, the other message I got was with these codes and lights coming in at the moment, and they've been really intense over the weekend. I mean, I struggled with my neck. It's still a bit sore, a bit tight in here, and you want to do these exercises and you feel like you're off alignment, that kind of feeling. Well, what is happening with the older generation, the more seniors in society, are really struggling. And you'll notice that a lot of them now are getting very bent over, very sort of like crooked backs, bent over, really struggling. There'll be a lot of falls, like they'll fall over because of their balance. Their balance will be off because the light is affecting them, these codes, and they'll fall over and they'll need help and support. There's also going to be a generation of people out there that are not going to be able to handle it and go, but and they want to do stupid things and have fights, and there'll be a bit of aggression with it, and they won't know how to bring it into their bodies and use it to come in and sit still for a little while. Like we know how to do that, they don't. And same with the special needs, and I know there's a few of you who have special needs children, they'll go a bit berserk, a bit crazy with it, because it's overpowering. It's very, very strong. Even someone who's experienced and knows what's going on and has been part of this for a long time, and it's hard. It's hard for the normal person, let alone special needs, the elderly, and a lot of these ones that have had this are going to struggle with it as well. That's going to activate a few things within them. So these extra codes are coming with the huge news, put it that way. So it's going to be huge. So the vibration of Earth is really rising, and that's news with the new group of awakening people. And then on top of that, you're having to deal with the physical side of things. So it is huge. There's a little bit of depression with it because you're letting go so much. So remember, if you're feeling weepy or if you feel kind of like, some people feel like things aren't happening fast enough. Some people feel like, oh, why isn't this happening? Why am I still here? Why am I in this position? Come on, get on with it, get a move on. It's all these mixed emotions because everything's coming into the body. The integration of codes, integration of news, integration of the physical body, integration of third eye and higher self. It's a lot to take on. We're the brave ones to take on this mission. You realize that it's very, very big. So this is what's happening at the moment in that sort of space. And what we have to be aware of is the fact that there's other people that don't know this and they're feeling it. There's a hospital emergency wards are all suddenly going to be full of people with all sorts of issues and problems, and they're going to put it down to an outbreak of this and an outbreak of that and all that. It's codes. That's all it is. It's codes. It's ascension illness. And like I talk about the ascension flu. So this is happening at the moment. It's huge. What we have to be aware of also is to drink our water, keep drinking our water. I've actually got ginger in my water for inflammation today. So I'm thinking, well, some days I have lemon, other days I have lemon and ginger. Today I've just got ginger. So you'll find your own little remedies and methods and things of helping yourselves. But more than ever now is the time to be doing this. What else do they want me to? Oh, they want me to talk about my channelings on Facebook. So I do put them in my community tab on YouTube because I'm trying to change the vibration of YouTube. So what I'm doing in my community tab is putting all my downloads, all my channeling messages there so that it changes the vibration. It lifts the vibration of what's going on in YouTube to change that whole sort of true for community where everyone's stabbing each other in the back and saying this and saying that and doing this. Just again, use your discernment with these things. Just sort of step back and think, well, let them go, let them do what they want to do. At the end of the day, you've got all the information you need to move forward and to work on your ascension. So just keep working on that, because I don't agree with it. Personally, I do not agree about talking about other people like this, but sometimes I have to, because what I'm trying to share with you in a more sort of positive note is if I tell you that I think this or I've heard this or I've had a download, it's because when this new group of awakened starseeds come to us, we have to know both sides of the coin, both sides of the page. We have to know the good, the bad, the in-between, to be able to have a way to show them and teach them and explain things. So we have to know both sides. That is why I share a lot of stuff. It's not because I agree to it or I think I'm like that, or you can think what you like, but I'm not like that. What you see is what you get, and I'm very black and white, as you know. It's no grey areas. So if I see something where, someone's talking about a particular person, I'll share it with you. It doesn't mean I'm agreeing with it. It's because we need to have the information in one place so that we can also show people, well, this person said that, and this. Now, if a new starseed comes to you, they can then sit there, digest it, and work it out for themselves, just like we've had to, because it's all part of their journey. Now, for those that are seeing my channelings every day, there's one that I want to talk to you about, and it's from Mary Magdalene, and it was the other day, and it was about the roses. And the download is, roses are the essence of love. If you grow roses, your garden and home will have a very high frequency for those that live and visit there. Drink the rose water to open your heart. So what they're saying is, Mary Magdalene is saying, drink rose water, have rose water in your diet, or even put a bit of rose water in your water bottle, because it opens the heart chakra. That's what it activates. It has that frequency, and you can give it that intention. Use rose water every day to watch love grow over earth. So she's saying, use your rose water to use over earth. And that way, if you use it over earth, then at least you can be in a position where you're spreading it. You're stretching out that frequency because you're using it every day in some sort of work you do and some sort of eating you do, some sort of healing you do. So if you're going to make rose water in the future, Mary Magdalene has also told me she's going to give me the light codes. So that's really, really good. So if I get those light codes, you guys will be able to make your rose water and I'll be able to give you the light codes. And I may even be able to record it and then you can put it up to the water and the water receives the frequency. Because this is really important, this rose water, evidently, just like St. Germain's violet water. Use rose water every day to watch love grow. So that's what she's saying. If we use it while we're here on earth every day, imagine if one different person every day used a drop of rose water, what we could do to change the vibration of earth. The rose frequency has the power to spread love. So that's what it's got. It's got the ability to spread. And how many of you, when you see roses, feel so amazing and so beautiful and so activated? Because that's the frequency of the rose. She says, be love, know love, you are love. Mary Magdalene. Now, another thing about Mary Magdalene is what I'm talking about is the channeling of light codes into the rose oil water that people are going to make in the future. I've been given the codes by Mary Magdalene to activate them. So you can make this rose water of roses, and yes, it's got the frequency, but it hasn't got the code that she's from Mary Magdalene that's going to go into it to help with other things. Now, you've got to remember, Mary Magdalene was part of the Order of the Blue Rose. She had her own disciples. I think she had about 5 helpers or 6 helpers with her, plus some of her own disciples, and it was called the Order of the Blue Rose. And so when she came through and she channeled this, I went, oh, of course, you're with roses. So really, really good. So that was that one. The other one that came through, which was really interesting at the same time, it was a day of, nature. It was about the fig trees, and it was from Master Adam. So Adam himself, from Adam and Eve. For those that enjoy fruit, those that grow fig trees, you are honoring Lady Gaia, for this shall return the cycles of life and seasons back to its original forms. Figs are forever, and so are you. Age remains the same moving forward as the fig never ages. Master Adam. So what he's saying is, if we keep our fig trees going and we keep growing them and we keep planting them, and this is going to be, remember I said to you, the way we're going to live in 5D, the way we're going to have our new gardens, our new fruit and vegetables, we're going to have everything that's been of old value. And because we're now understanding the frequency thing that they hold, like the fig tree, it changes the original DNA blueprint of the seasons, the life of Gaia. So what it's doing, the more fig trees we start putting back up and growing, the more our original seasons will come back to how they were originally meant to be from the very beginning of time. Storms and things like that we have, hurricanes and all that kind of stuff, has been created over a period of time. We were supposed to live under the sun permanently at a certain degree. So I think it was going to be, mid-range heat all year round for every country, for every part of Earth. And that's what the 5D vibration is going to be. It's always going to be sunny, but there's going to be a certain amount of water also, but it's not going to be storms. It's not going to be floods. It's not going to be disasters. And this is what he's saying. The fig tree, if you plant it and grow it, the seasons will return. So it's really fascinating stuff that's coming through. And then, of course, I got the one from beautiful St. Germain, and he's always telling me about the violets because I work with him in France, and we we went around doing healings, and he carried the violet water and violet oil on him, and he's already given me the codes for the violet water, and he said those growing violets will increase higher knowledge. So the more violets you grow, the higher knowledge you will receive. You will have seeing abilities to heal others, and that's what it's all about, activating that third eye, because that's what the violet does. That's the frequency it carries. He said, you will receive guidance and help from Saint Germain, Archangel Michael. So Archangel Michael channeled it to me because Saint Germain wanted us to know that message, that the more violets we grow, the more third eye activation is going to be happening, the more you'll be able to see, the more abilities will come online. So that's really important too. So if you want to spend time growing violets and growing roses and figs, this is the way we're going. And of course, I keep also doing downloads on the sunflowers. Now, the sunflowers are really important because the sunflowers are the ones that reach to the sun and have the codes in them. So to those that choose to grow sunflowers, you will receive abundance and be abundantly happy. You heard Gaia calling and you responded. So instinctively, you're going to know, I need sunflowers. I need to grow sunflowers. Now, last year, I think it was, I did a channeling on the 5D and how the sunflower was going to play a very important part of New Earth. Well, it's been reassured to me again. You've got to reconfirm it. The elementals will now appear. So the more sunflowers you grow, the more elementals will come out, because that carries the energy for them to come back into this frequency. So you've got the fairies, you've got the gnomes, you've got the dragons, you've got everything that's coming through that's elemental, the mystics. You are truly blessed. And that was from Albert the Sasquatch that I channel. And he said, I'm in the 7th dimension. So he was giving that message and confirming it. Now, it's interesting because I received a message last night about the fairies, because I think it was you, Kylie. You were talking about how you were on the land and the fairies, and I said, well, they come through with frequency. So you got to do that, and it calls them in. Well, I heard last night you are going to see more. Everyone's going to see more. You're going to catch fairies, you're going to catch gnomes, you're going to catch more dragon sightings. Everything that you think is not real is real. You're going to see more of. So by growing the sunflowers as well, that's going to heighten that whole vibration as well and bring them in. So it's extremely important, that part of it. So this is a weekend of channeling. I mean, there's been a lot come through. And then we had the rainbow one. Now, I don't think people realize just how important the rainbow is. The thing about the rainbow is it's actually mirroring. So if you think of the rainbow over Earth, like it comes up like that, it's mirroring, if that's how you say it, mirroring, like a mirror, mirroring Earth. So it's picking up Earth's chakras. It's picking up Earth's chakra colors. Like we have chakras, Earth has chakras, and that's what the mirroring of the rainbow is showing you. So the channeling was, dear beloved souls of our wondrous dimensions, the rainbow is magical. The colors of the energy chakras, the Earth chakras reflect off its codes in a magical rainbow. The more the Earth rises, the more magical the rainbow will be. Many beautiful rainbows are on their way, beautiful souls. And that was channeled by Ariel Blue-Eared Dragon. And that was yesterday. So that came through yesterday. So that's what that's all about. Is the Earth chakra rainbows coming through. So the more rainbows you see, the better Earth is doing. It's her way, her sign of letting you know you're going to see a lot more chakra code activation. Now, that's not necessarily, I'm talking about these rainbows, all right, that you see from the weather, but it's also the ones that you pick up from crystal lights, or you get them, like I get a reflection on this wall sometimes from the crystals that I have hanging out here, and you get the rainbow shades and colors. It's also another sign that Earth's ascension is going really, really well. She's nearly fully ascended. And so she's showing you her chakra colors, her layers. So then there was this morning, for those searching for answers, searching for origins, because I see a lot of people asking for the aura color, or who am I, where am I from? And I said to my guides last night, actually, I said, why do people do this? Why do people ask out there in public, who am I, what's my origin? Why don't they just have a reading or go to a one-on-one or something where it's more personal, because you can spend more time with that person? And this is what came through. Look up, dear one. Be amazed. So look up and be amazed. See what you see, because you're using this, okay? You're not looking down on a phone or asking someone on social media. You're looking up. You're going to be far more amazed. Feel the love energy. Look closely at the sky. You will see where you are from. You are loved and missed every day from where you are from. You have a mission to complete. So you're here to do a mission to complete. Ask, you will receive. Higher knowledge is coming to all. So all you have to do is keep asking. Sit in silence somewhere and keep asking. And this is those new star seeds that will be waking up, those ones that are coming online. Higher knowledge is coming to all. It's all coming to us. Love the silence. So sit in silence. Enjoy your silence. Be quiet. Answers are found there. Work at this and you will never have to ask again. So sit in silence. You'll never have to ask again someone else for help. Your answers will be within, will be given to you. Ascension is only one step though. Remember that. Ascension is only one step. There are so many to complete eternally. So eternally, as the soul keeps evolving, there's more steps for us. This is only part of our journey. A soul is eternal. It never dies, only transcends higher. So remember that. We're always transcending higher. Be that higher being, dear light ones. Call upon me for ascension codes. I am your ascension master of light. May the light be within you all, channeled by Cerebus Bay. So he came through this morning and he gave me that message, because he's our ascension master. He was the one that he was in the Ascension Temple in Atlantis, and that was his job, was to help us to keep ascending. And so that's what he's here for. So I do have one poem to read to you all, which I wanted to share with you. So again, from the beautiful book, it's getting a bit dusty here on the couch. Journey of the Awakening Heart. And for those that have the book, it's page 61. When I found you, I found me. And when I found me, I found God. And when I found God, I again found you and me, but without the thousand disguises. So it's a bit like the message that Cerebus Bay gave us. Remember that. When I found you, I found me. And when I found me, I found God. God is inside all of us. That is the light that we carry. And when I found God, I again. So when you found God, it's a cycle. You find yourself again. You find your true self, your true soul. And this is your soul, not ego. When you find God, you find yourself. your soul. And then it's found you and me, but without the thousand disguises. But without the thousand disguises. So you found you and me, but without the thousand disguises, because you've dropped the ego. You're now who you're meant to be, your true soul. You know your soul, you recognize your soul. So guys, that's probably it from me. I'm going to probably finish it here. And if you have any questions, do type them below. Updates coming through with the huge news, which is coming very shortly. They're not telling me when, but I do remember the meeting very clearly. There's a big glass auditorium, and they were showing you all these new souls waking up, you know, who they are at different parts of the world, and what their mission is and what they're going to be doing. And there's a lot of new souls going to be coming into this planet as well. So there's going to be walk-ins, but there's also going to be new earth children. So there's going to be a lot going, but there's also new coming in. And there's a lot of transitions going on at the moment. There's a lot of soul contracts exchanging. So, you know, there's a lot going on, and it's exciting. And that's what I mean. The galactics are very excited. And that's why I said a lot of us are doing the healing chambers at night. As I said, there's so many different types of chambers, but most of them are the color of the chakra. So as I said, you know, sacral colors, base colors, heart colors. The other thing I'm getting told is we should be wearing a lot more green and pink and rose quartz around at the moment for love and for our hearts. That really needs protecting, especially with these light codes coming in. Third eye is definitely coming on. You're starting to see a lot of things like images. You're starting to see number sequence. You're starting to see hear vibration, sound vibration. You're starting to see it in color. This is all third eye activation coming on board. So there's a lot going on in that space too. But there's so much coming through at the moment. And so, yeah, so the elementals, mystics, they're all going to be seen soon as well. So that's exciting. A lot of you will see them in your garden. A lot of you will see them, especially if you're doing what these channelings are saying, the sunflowers, the figs, the roses, the violets, and all that kind of thing. And once these rainbows start reappearing, and I mean, they're going to be magnificent. The way they're showing me is the colors are going to be so vibrant. That's when you know there's a lot of the elementals around, a lot of the mystics around. So it's going to be really, really exciting. And I just can't wait for it to happen, because I think it's a sign we're on our way, guys. Everything's starting to come into play. A lot of you attending these meetings. I did see some of you last night on board. It was a big mothership. It was a Palladian ship. It was a big mothership. And as I said, it was like a big auditorium in there. And I did see a lot of people from the truth community, a lot of people who are well aware of what's going on, and a lot of different beings, the Archeans, the Sirians, the Andromedans, the Orion. There were some people from Orion. Now, they were really different, the Orion ones. They came through. What's there? Orions, Palladians. There were a few elementals there as well. And I think that's why Albert's come through as well with his message. He's giving us some cool messages, because I haven't been down to see him lately. So that's really important that these are coming through. It's beautiful to know. So that's about it, guys. I do hope you have a good week. Being Monday, brand new week. Some exciting stuff is going to be happening. We're moving into a new sort of phase, I feel, with all these codes coming over the weekend, with the news of huge news coming. Don't forget, I did channel a couple of weeks ago that Instagram is going down. Now, with this, I've heard this morning from 2 different people, and 2 people that I follow on Instagram, that the videos that you're posting are only allowed to be 15 minutes long, or they're chopping them. So if you've got old videos up there and they're more than 15 minutes long, they're going back over them and cutting them back to 15 minutes. You may want to edit them and go part 1, part 2 to make them fit into that 15-minute slot. Or you may want to save them, because I have channeled Instagram. Instagram will go down. Facebook will remain. But Instagram, because of the type of population that is following them, the generation, the age group, and same with LinkedIn. LinkedIn's going to go down at some point in the future too. So just be aware of these things. If there's precious stuff there, that's where, because I used to use Instagram to store photos, basically. I'd go back and I'd know where to find them straight away. I tend to be doing less of that. So just something to keep in mind. All right, that's it, guys. Take care. Much love, light, and many blessings to you all. Have a beautiful week, and work on your light codes. Work on bringing those codes through, integrating them into the body, using a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables, water, that kind of thing. Sitting outside in the fresh air like I am today. I just spend most of my time sitting out here now working. I'm working on our next workshop, doing the slides for the channeling workshop. So for those on YouTube that want to join the channeling workshop, I have posted the information in the community tab if you want to join that. It's on September the 12th, Brisbane time. All right, guys, take care. Much love, light, many blessings to you all. Bye for now.